Oh boy. Hello there, everybody. Woke up this morning to some more of Mr. Capaldi's Haverings. Jesus. Now he's talking about the Sea of Milk in Los Angeles. I mean, it was straight up crazy. Wild craziness what he was talking about. And there were still people in the comment section going, oh my God, I think you're onto something. It's like, I'm going to be watching you people. Because if you think that's onto something... Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, there's a Sea of Milk in Los Angeles now. That's Paul's new Havering point. The guy's just completely just bonkers. Completely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So that's why I call him the Mad Scotsman. You know, we still love him though. Remember, we got to take care of our geriatric, you know, loved ones and friends and stuff. They need our help because, you know, as they start getting, you know, losing their mind a little bit and everything, you know, remember, we got to take care of these people. And, you know, Paul Capaldi is definitely among them because, man, this poor guy, he is confused. You know, talking about a Sea of Milk somewhere in Los Angeles and all this stuff. I mean, dude, havering, really havering badly, you know, this morning. So, you know, anyways, so like I said before, I mean, it speaks for itself, dude. Look at Captain Crunch's crew, folks. Look at his crew. Are those Americans? Can you honestly look at those crewmates and go, these are American? Okay, maybe Dave. Okay? Maybe Dave. But even Dave could be anything. But we'll say since that one is actually a name that gets used in America, I'll go ahead and concede that Dave is American. But look at the other three and tell me that those are American crewmates. So why, if Captain Crunch is created in the image of an American captain or commander, however you want to look at it, why does he have such a European or British crew? Why? You got to ask yourself these questions, right? Why is he named after a famous British commander and a famous European sailor, Magellan, Horatio Magellan? Why isn't he named after famous American commanders? You know, why wasn't it Captain MacArthur or something like that, right? You know, hey, I'm just saying. I'm not MacArthur because he wasn't Navy, but you know, you get my point. Is that there's I'm sure there's plenty of American naval commanders that whose names could have been used for this, but they didn't do that. They named him Horatio. They were clearly thinking about a great British captain when they created him. That's obvious to me. Those of you who are havering along with Capaldi, I mean, hey, I love you still, but you know, just understand that I see you as havering because you guys were just, I mean, those of you who were just agreeing with him and saying that he was onto something about a Sea of Milk in Los Angeles this morning. Okay. Anyways, I'll just leave it at that. So, as I said, and once again, I will bring up the fact that my client, as I said, has given me this bottle of wine from the Crunchberry Vineyards. Okay? You see what this guy's playing there, right? See that? He's playing bagpipes. Right? So, from my client, from the Crunchberry Vineyards, because it's made of crunchberries, it's probably terrible. But that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is, my client gave it to me. It's from his family's vineyards in Scotland. So, anyway, so that's dealing with the Mad Scotsman and his haverings over there this morning regarding Captain Crunch. So, obviously, this is going to be culminating into another vote, I imagine, here in the near future. Because, you know, Mr. Capaldi is such a havering madman. And he probably wants to be able to go around to all of his pupils again and browbeat them into watching the Captain Crunch video and making them vote for him. That's what he did last time. This is the kind of tactics that Mr. Capaldi uses. He browbeats the poor kids that he has to that are forced to learn music from him, you know. And So not only do they have to sit down with him and learn and talk about music, but then they have to listen to him haver about Captain Crunch as well. I mean, it's God, poor kids, those poor kids. Anyways, so there's some interesting things going on this weekend. Actually, I should say coming up this week. I should say is what I'm not really sure what I'm doing later today just yet over on my Making a Murderer channel, but I'll be figuring that out here soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to be having a discussion with Mr. Capaldi and Mr. Hodnot and possibly a third guest. Don't know yet. So we're going to be having a discussion, and we're going to talk about the year that has passed and some of our hopes for the year moving forward. Paul and Mark are two awesome friends of mine. They're, by all rights, really my two best friends when it comes to this case. They're just, those two have been around, supported me. They've been helpful to me. They've just always been good friends and traveling on this path of wrongful convictions and stuff like that, it's really good to have some good friends. So it's going to be very, very nice to be able to talk to Paul and Mark tomorrow to talk about the year in review and the year coming, the year to come and what our hopes for and the things that we're planning. That'll obviously include talking about Raleigh and potentially talking about trying to cultivate, get people who are planning to go to Raleigh to plan for a little bit of extra time in Wisconsin so that we might possibly be able to go over to Madison and do a little bit of a demonstration for Brendan Dassey over in the steps of Madison. So that's something else that we're thinking about. So we'll probably talk a little bit about that. So looking forward to that. So that we got the chat with Mark Hodnot and Paul Capaldi tomorrow on Sunday. And then this week, basically Monday to Friday, we're going to be pretty much putting out a video each day. And it's going to be basically breaking up the motion for post-conviction relief, which was filed back in June of 2017. We're going to be breaking that up into 5 or 6 segments, so that everybody understands what it is that's on appeal right now. Because basically it is this motion for post-conviction relief with also the CD and the computer added in. So it's basically, that's what we're going to be going over. So that everybody can understand what's there in the motion for post-conviction relief, what also has been added because of the CD and the computer evidence and the potential Brady violation. So that's been added in, and we're going to just go over kind of very, closely what is really in the motion, what it's all about, and to give everybody a better understanding for when KZ files her filing on February 1st, or if she files it even sooner. We'll have to see if she does. But that's kind of what we got going right now. It's kind of a lot of work going on. We are also, if anybody out there is really good with creating PowerPoints and artwork and stuff like that, you may, if you're interested in helping out, we're looking to create some of the presentations essentially for this to make it a little easier to follow. So if anybody out there is interested in helping out with that, potentially, let us know. But other than that, I got a lot of things planned. I got a lot of things that I'm talking about, that hopefully some guests that will be coming on here in the future. And I'm trying to keep, some interesting content here, on these channels for you guys. So anyways, that's about it for today. Mainly this video is just to answer the Havering Scotsman and his offering this morning. Anyways, so hope you guys find it interesting what's coming forward, what I got going on tomorrow and potentially this week. Hope you guys are excited about it. Hope you'll find it interesting. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.